What's up, y'all? Welcome to day 40-something of my daily series on how I help systematize and scale hospitality management operations. In case we haven't met, I'm Jason Littrell, and today here's 3 things that I wish I learned as a management consultant when I was first starting out. So the first thing is that strategy is far more important than tactics. Tactics are an implementation of strategy, not the other way around. So a lot of times, especially me, this is definitely me, where I would get wrapped up in tactical stuff, in like a new toy or a new tool or a new just acting on some article that I read or something like that, when I was actually kind of spinning my wheels because it wasn't furthering the macro strategy, and I wasn't moving the business forward because I was kind of wasting my time with the shiny object, the woman in the red dress, the ingenue, the thing that distracts you. So strategy has to come before tactics. The second thing that I wish I'd known when I was first starting out as a management consultant was that active listening and feedback are the lifeblood of your business. You know, so if you don't understand what people are thinking, then how can you possibly make the right decisions? And this comes in the form of, this is pretty easy to do. People are typically willing to share their ideas, their thoughts with you, or they'll show you. If they don't want to tell you, they'll show you. But there's tons of tools that you can use. The most simple of which is called an NPS survey, Net Promoter Score survey. And it's a very simple score. Single question says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you be to recommend our business to your friends or family? That's the only question. It takes less than a minute to fill out. And if you reduce the friction, the difficulty in actually completing this form, you're going to get some great feedback, and you're going to understand. And just kind of to break down, there's a whole book about this called Look Up the Net Promoter Score. There's a lot more to it than this, but at its simplest, purest form, it's a 0 to 10 or a 1 to 10 questionnaire with one question. And so anything from a 1 to an 8 is basically, or 1 to a 6 or a 7 is a service recovery. That means that they did not have a great experience. That means that they're going to be actively promoting against you. Now 7 or 8 is a neutral. 8 to 9 or 7 to 8 is like neutral. That means like nothing. 9 to 10 is like they're actively promoting your business to other people. So if you have guests that are not in the 9s and 10s, then you're not consistently delivering 9 and 10 experiences, then your business will likely stagnate and ultimately fail. So if you and it's a stark reality, but it's true. But like if unless you want to spend a bunch of money on marketing, which I'm sure you don't have, it's much easier, much cheaper to get guests to recommend other guests and to leave reviews and positive things about you than it is to try to pay for the acquisition of new guests. Although you can do that, but I wouldn't do that unless your net promoter scores are actually really high, because otherwise you're just introducing more people to a shitty experience, and then there's going to be more people that are going to be actively against your business. So it's brutal out there. It's brutal out there. So this is why which leads me to the third point. Which is that hiring and induction, indoctrination, and training and onboarding solves so many problems downstream. It solves so many problems downstream to find people that are valuable employees that you can actually enrich their lives and actually give them a meaningful impact in their professional lives. And so like this is another thing that we track in a feedback loop, which is the Q12 survey. So the Q12 survey is a kind of reasonably long questionnaire, but it asks questions about like, how satisfied are you with your work? And so if you're not implementing these things, then how would you possibly know what the sentiment of the staff is? Because they are talking, they're probably just not talking to you. And so like if they're if there's things that are messed up with the schedule, like if there's a creepy manager or something like that, you may be the last to know about that. And that is a very, very difficult position to be in, because you cannot intervene if that happens. And if those people are distracted by other things and they're not thinking about how to grow your business with you and thus enriching their own careers, then they're not going to be delivering 9 and 10 level service, and people are going, and that is going to be the experience that they get, and that's what you're going to see in Yelp. Also, people aren't going to be willing to proactively help you when things go wrong. And I'm not talking about fixing toilets and stuff like that, but I am talking about helping out, smoothing things over with guests, converting service recovery incidents and getting conflict resolution, and generally speaking, rallying people for your business. If they're not actively working for your business to help you grow, then it's probably not a good fit, and it's probably not their fault that it's not a good fit. It's probably your fault because you didn't spend enough time reinforcing the different thoughts and the different principles and values of the business, and then making sure that you yourself are living up to these values, and that you are also leading and setting an example for the people that are working for you, and then eventually, if you're starting if you got the right people that you're continuously training, that there are delivering better and better guest experiences, that the guests are starting to come in and bring friends, then that solves a lot of problems. And so that's all I got for you today. Those are the 3 things that I wish I'd learned as a management consultant earlier. It took me a while, but I got there eventually, and now I'm building it out into systems and processes that are plug and play, that you can actually build right into your business. And it doesn't take too long, it doesn't cost too much. So my name is Jason Littrell. Hope to see you next time, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.